Anyway, the next match was the ladder match for the Ring of Honor title. And as you will recall, there was one thing on the pay-per-view that I said they did correctly. They had a one-on-one match between Chris Jericho and Mark Briscoe for the Ring of Honor title based on Jericho disrespecting Jay Briscoe. And Mark Briscoe beat Chris Jericho 1, 2, 3 with the Jay Driller, his brother's move. And that was perfect because Mark Briscoe needed a big win. And that should be Chris Jericho's position at this point, is using whatever celebrity he has left to try to help somebody, even though it may be inadvertent, instead of trying to help. So then they reversed everything here on television, which has a wider audience. And they have a gimmick match with a 53-year-old flabby supporter of insurrections beating up Mark Briscoe in a ladder match and winning the Ring of Honor title.
Whose side do you think Chris Jericho will be on in this AEW insurrection? Moxley or Team AEW?
Well, I think he'll probably pull himself out of it and announce to Tony Khan that he's just going to take on the winner for supreme control of the company. So, I mean, in the first 30 seconds, Jericho taking a bump off the apron through 2 tables. They were on the floor forever. They had the ladders, the tables. Mark taking crazy bumps. Mark gets juice. Mark had climbed the ladder and could have gotten the belt, but he wanted to elbow drop Jericho through a table. So Brian Keith came in and climbed the ladder with Mark, and Aubrey Ed was standing there staring, doing nothing. And she's good at that, doing absolutely fucking nothing. But again, the wrong kind of heat, disgusting heat. Romero comes in and wears out Brian Keith with the kendo stick. And then Mark Briscoe comes off the ladder with the elbow on Jericho through the table, which one would think would discapacitate him long enough to get beat, right? But instead, as Mark is climbing the ladder again, here comes Big Bill and stops him. And Aubrey stares. And again, it's a hat on a hat. It's the wrong kind of heat. It's disgusting heat. It's heat on the promotion, whatever. It's ridiculous. Just even if a ladder match is no disqualification, that people can run in intermittently and just take over wrestling the match for a guy, and the referee stands there and doesn't even try to do anything about it. That's where the fans roll their eyes and go, what the fuck? This is all bullshit. We can't take any of it seriously. Did Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon have people running in during their ladder match, or would that have been a hat on a hat?
Yeah, Diesel actually got kicked out of ringside early in the match.
And if indeed you can just have your friends come in and help you, then why does the match go 20 minutes until the guy's had the shit kicked out of him, and then he has the idea that his friends could come down? You can't. It's why everything's meaningless. So then Big Bill chokeslammed Mark over the top rope through a couple tables and picked Jericho up and carried him up to get the ladder to get the belt. And Horseface stood down there and pointed up, yes, he's the winner. Rotten finish and the wrong kind of heat. Undid everything good about their match at the pay-per-view. And then to further make us dread what is going on in the future, Mark just disappeared. Maybe he was dead down there. They didn't want to show it on camera because he had bones sticking out of his neck or something. But they can shoot the stage where Ishii comes out and stares menacingly at Jericho. So are we going to have to watch that horse shit again? Where they stand there and just fucking slap each other like a couple of old hooers?
where they work really, really poorly with each other, but we're told that we don't get how wonderful their selling is. Yeah, we're going to get that again. When the match ended, and I wasn't surprised by the finish, I told you this is what was going to happen a week ago. It was obvious. When the music hit, I didn't recognize whose music it was. I was like, oh my God, who's going to do a run-in on Jericho? Didn't seem like all the fans recognized it either. When Ishii walked out, I was crying with laughter. This was the decision that they made? Ishii now? With everything going down, let's bring in more Ishii? Feud him with Jericho? What's the combined age there?
Well, I think we figured out Ishii before, didn't we? That he's 50. So it's 106, I bet.
That'd be the smart move for Jericho, though. If Tony can get Ring of Honor sold and Jericho can go there and be the top star, it gets him away from all this. In his eyes, it saves him from all this. Lets him make himself a top star. And for everyone there, it saves all of them from Jericho.
They couldn't sell Ring of Honor right now if it was pussy and they were on a troop train.
Do they still have troop trains?
Do they still have pussy?
They still have pussy.
Well, then I bet you they still have troop trains.
I don't know if there's too much pussy on sale on trains anymore. That's the question, I guess.
Well, planes, trains, or automobiles.
When was the last time you heard a story
They've got
of,
it, we'll buy it.
When do you hear about someone, oh, they caught this man trying to solicit on the train? Like, you never hear that.
There was this crap game on the train.
You'll hear that before you hear that, there's a problem with prostitution on the rails.
Well, the rails, is that where this show just recently went?
Well, let's come back from the rails to whatever we're talking about.